I should have locked it up. Yeah. It's all good. Happens. Yeah, I went for the walk. I did what I should have done. I went for the walk. I waited for price to come down. I tried this long here. I got stopped on that. And then I tried to short it after the IB rig. The XFA. It's all good. It's the XFA. Yeah, dude. No. The walk was supposed to help. It was supposed to help. It happens. What also sucks, is I was looking at NASDAQ. I was looking at NASDAQ and I was like, this looks like a fucking... Like, Uranus said, gold looks like it's about to dump. And I was looking at NASDAQ and I was like, this bitch looks like it's about to dump. Because I was looking at NQ and I was looking at ES. I was like, NQ wants to rip for that true day. NQ wants to rip for that true day. That's all that was in my head, and I knew it was going to fucking do it. I did trade some options to it. Down to it. But, I was looking at this and I was like, it looks so juicy for shorts. And I shorted it in my options account. I didn't short it in the futures account. And, yeah, that would have been, dude. I think the issue today was, let me break down my issue. That would have been $275. It would have been a 10 to 1. So fucking juicy. I think this was the issue. So last night, on slow markets, I longed this. I longed this here. I get stopped out on it. And then it does exactly what I want it to do. And it pumps. Okay. Then I did catch a nice long on this VWAP retest. That was clean. And then I woke up. And I looked at the charts. And I longed it here. And then it stopped me out. And then it pumped. And then stopped me out a second time. Or sorry, it stopped me out on this candle, which was cool. Whatever. Then I get back in. It stopped me to the tick. And then it did what I wanted to. So I had like 4... I think it was just compounding. It was just multiple stop outs for, you know, either like 1R or... You know, it stopped me to the tick, and then it ripped, and it pissed me off. So, I'm chilling on my other accounts. I'm chilling on my Tradeify and my Alpha accounts. I can take a payout today. It's these fucking Top Step accounts, bro. It's these fucking Top Step accounts. Payout today? Yeah. I can request a Tradeify payout. Also... Tradeify's doing this competition, bro. Me and Jaren are doing this. It's a $1 million reward pool. So me and Jaren are doing this. Top 400 people get $300. If you're first place, it's 200 bands. And if you get in the top, if you get in the top 200, you get moved to a live account. You keep 80% of whatever you make, and you keep the live account after. What you have to do, it's just whoever makes the most money using 150K. Using 150K account. It's a Tradeify trading competition. No, okay. The way it works, so it's a 4-week competition, right? So it starts November 2nd. You can only reset the first week. You can only reset the first week. After the first week, then no more resets, and then they start eliminating the 30 bottom percent gets eliminated every single day. So if you're like, you'll get eliminated, right? So second week. Right, then it will eliminate the bottom 30. Then the day after that, it will eliminate the next bottom 30. Then it will eliminate the next bottom 30. I'm gonna try it. It's free. It's free to enter if you have a TradeFi account. I've got TradeFi accounts, so it's free. You can reset your account up to 3 times. So, I mean, even if I reset it 3 times, it's gonna cost me what? Fucking. The upside is the upside's there. You reset 35 times 3. It's $105 at the end of the day. It's not terrible, and I would wanna see if I can place. You know, real pay is just a challenge till you get to the top 200. Then you get moved into a live account, and then any of that, it's real profits. And whatever you place, these are the price pools. So yeah, if you're in the top 200, you're getting paid. But if you're not, that's why it's free. That's why it's free. But yeah, they're gonna, I mean, if you take your $1 million prize pool, you need 28,000 resets to cover. You need 28,000 resets to cover. If you're the business, if you are the business owner of TradeFi, you need $28,000 resets. That doesn't even mean you need 28,000 people to enter. You need, because it's 3 entry per person. It's 3 resets per person, right? You need around 10,000 people to reset 3 times. They're gonna make a lot of money on it, just from a business aspect. Okay. Anyway, trade review. Let's go into it. So I took this long, right, for these New York highs off open. I took this. That was clean. Then I traded this on slow markets. I was long here. I got stopped there, which kind of pissed me off. Going into the end of slow markets, I was long here off this upper band test. I got stopped break even on that. Then I longed it at VWAP when it came down there. And then I longed this morning here, got stopped out. Then I longed it again on this candle, got stopped to the fucking tick. And then it pumped. And then this is where I went for the walk. Came back. This looked nice in here. So I took this. Got stopped on it. I had a bad entry. I didn't have a great entry. So I also sized up, which was not smart. And then once the IB broke, I tried to short this here. When it came back up to retest this level. I held this looking for downside extensions. I should have closed it here. I just held it pretty much all day. And then I fucking ripped my stop. At that point, I just didn't care anymore. And that's what it was. Still green day. On my other accounts, not my top step ones. So that's alright. It's just, I'm struggling with top step. Still a struggle. And dude, I could have locked up the account for a small winning day, which I should have done. I should have locked it on stream, honestly. Because I already was something. Okay. Low 3.3 up. Open for Asia session up 500. Okay, nice. Clean trade clutch. Trading long based off higher time frame. Volume profile. Got above value area high after chopping at it on New York. Then came down, tapped it, immediately bought up. Staying above VWAP. Gone. Candle close above session volume profile. POC. 5-point risk. 10-point target. Starting to play out. Just to stop below recent wicks. Then adjusted up again. Ended up getting stopped out. Okay. This looks clean. I want to see the stop adjustments. This looks fine. Because we're curling up here. This looks like it's ready to pop. It pops. Stop. That looks fine. Then it stopped here. Came down to 80. Where did this come down to? Yeah, this popped up. Yeah, this would have been back at your entry. It would have stopped. You got stopped in profit, which is better than getting stopped out completely. Can't stop with the XAU bangers. Got stopped at VWAP first try. Good entry on this, Jack. Good re-entry. Clean. Very clean. I just adjust the stop up off this strong momentum. Long that I actually held this time. Again, gold bounces off previous high support and rips. Biggest trade and day ever. Okay. Very solid, Dylan. 3K. It's gonna be a nice payout. Dylan. Let's put some risk settings on. How many more winning days you need? How many more winning days you need? $300 added one. Cool. Good shit. Need one winning day. Okay. Cool. It was bullish. Bottom ticked that bitch. Unfortunately, we didn't get the pop I was expecting of the upper band and trailed. Would have been a good one. Still can't complain. Yeah, that looks good. Last night. Okay. Last night with this upper band. Every time we've tried to get above this upper band, we failed. Right in here. And then it pops up above it. It sustains it. Fails again. Comes up above it. Fails again. Now this comes back above it. It sustains above it for a long time. Right? Longer than any of these previous attempts. And it starts running away. So, yeah. Solid trade. Was super bullish on this. Watch gold come to 76. To tap the lower VWAP band, execute on 3 minis. Set my TV just under previous highs. Smash through it in 10 minutes. $3,000 trade. Largest trade to date. Taking on 2 XFAs. So it's a $6,000 trade, bro. Clean. In and out. In and out. I like that you added into it as it was coming. I would probably wait for this next green candle to print. Right? You're adding as this red candle's forming. So you started adding here. Then you added again here. Then you added again here. So just watch that. I would wait for this green candle. I just wait a little bit. Plus 1500, one trade MGC overnight. 934, 3 trades MNQ. That's 934 on this trade. Pre-trade bullish on GC. Not interested in GC longs at VWAP band because we had CVD divergence. All of these buying at highs and no movement higher and passive limits higher. Retrace to VWAP 0.5 range. Confluences break retest demand. 5 emotional fuck with practically no pullback. I need to get my shit checked. OQ tried it off VWAP 32. Stopped 190. Second entry 32. And profit with fib. Yeah, I saw your GC trade. It was clean. Stop there. Stop there. This first one, I don't like this first one. I like the second one. I like this second one. This first one, it's like we want to, as it comes back up to that upper band, it failed up here previously. We don't know if it's going to expand with momentum off that. It doesn't. It rejects it. Comes back down to VWAP, or the lower band. Comes back down to the lower band, and then it rips. Stopped here. I think it's fine to get stopped up there. I mean, you can always go just based off momentum. We're figuring out what works for you and what doesn't. Yeah, I did. Tyler, I think this is... I think we just need to wait on the entry a little bit. I would wait for this green candle to start printing to give you that confirmation, because you started buying up here, and then your last ad was at the bottom. So that's a pretty good candle. It's a 10-point candle, right? Just wait for this next green candle. You would see less drawdown on it. And you'd still probably get around the average price if you could still probably get in the average. But yeah, just quick scalp. I'm cool with that quick scalp. I think just waiting for the green candle start printing. And then we re-entered. What's it look good? Yeah, I think this is fine for the re-entry. This is okay for the re-entry. This second trade I like. The third trade, or the first trade, I don't like. So this one's good. This re-entry is fine. I'm cool with either. MGC long from anchored VWAP 3.3. Entrance was late because it was at basketball practice. Our highs. Confident even though I was late. Ran up to 990. We'll admit this was a FOMO trade that I won. We'll improve next time. Okay. So clutch, right? How much were we up on the day at one point? You said you lost all your profits. Okay. So another thing you can do, right? You're up 990 at one point. Another thing you can do, you can go in to Project X. Let's say you're up 990. Go here. Set this to 500. Set to liquidate and block, enable trailing, realized gains. So now, if you lose $500, you're still up, what, 490? And now your account's locked. And that's what I should have done too, as well, today. So you would have locked your account and kept your profit, some of your profits. It allows you to expand on your profits without risking all of it. Right? I should have done this. I just got emotional when it happened. Tried a VWAP. Okay, we long guts. Or we shorted, longed again, closed it. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect, Jack. This second one. Trying to scalp long from VWAP and POC after that Asian round to value area high. How did this work out, KPEC? This looks clean. Stop and profit. It's on NQ. Let me hop over. Okay, so your target was like 24,930. Yeah, this probably hit. There's 75 for 155 with like 1 micro. I would do 2 micros. Dylan, like how many points? Because if you're thinking in terms of 1 micro, you need 15 points if you're trading GC. I would do 2 or 3 micros. Just get a quick scalp in. Because if you do 2 micros, that's what, 7.5 points. If you do 3 micros, it's what, 5 points. No, my VWAP's anchored at 6 p.m. It anchors at reopen. Every single day it anchors at reopen. But since you're trading XAU, volume profile. Oh, for the New York session day? Yeah, it's just, it's based off this range. Like this is the, I mean, you could bring this back to here. Right? You could include that. You could use this. You could use this. It's just the only thing here is value area high. I want to consider last night's price action when I was anchoring this. So I was just looking at this. This was the volume profile I was looking at. Since there's more price action up in this range. First demo scalp of the day. This is a clean trade, KPEC. I like this. I think that hit your TP. First demo scalp of the day. Price failed to break this high. Short term squeeze to the downside. Now waiting if range build or opportunity, long opportunity shows up. Entry management framing. Maybe held a bit longer. Okay. So we shorted this. Probably pretty tight stop on that. What? How many points is that? I can't even do math right now. My head hurts. Here, so we're shorting at 32. The London double break hasn't happened yet, Ziki. So you can always because it's either going to happen in New York session or it's going to happen in this London session. You had the highs, bro, or was this here? Right, as this just tighten your stop up as it goes down, and then you get that strong momentum. Just target that 15-minute low here before dump. Okay. Yeah, I'd look for that down there because this looks like it's starting to fail. 6 entries. Yeah. Bruh. Okay. We're trading an XFA after scalping the last few days and this shit felt like a swing. Hard sell from probably institutions taking profits. Quick and strong bounce combined with current sentiment being extremely bullish. I didn't see it dropping more, and this looked like prime time to re-entry for longer term traders with all this volatility. I waited for it to cool down. Okay, good decision there. A bottom tick would be cool, but I wanted to play it safe. Half my size, had bigger stops since it was volatile, but adjusted quickly when we built structure. Scaled most of it out per view up band, trailed pretty tight. Entry, framing bias, management, setting down. Okay, good job, Zuki. Good stuff. No, it's good that you waited on this. I think this is, you know, you're risking about 400 to make whatever it is. I can't do math right now. 1,000, 1,100. I think that's appropriate. Stop in profit. Cool. Cool. Good scales. Letting it run. Good trade. Great trade. Great first day. Demo. First entry. Same trade as my XFA trade. Framing all the same. Added this at POC retest and scaled the upper band and got trailed out. Framing buys entry. Clean drawdown. Should have trailed harder on first entry. Yeah, so here, like, we see the momentum come back in, but we reject that upper band. We come back up there. We don't push with strength. We come back up there again. Don't push with strength. Come back up there again. Don't push with, like, once you've seen that it doesn't push through this once, the second attempt should push through. If the second attempt doesn't do it, do we want to be looking for that on the third or the fourth? Because if I try this on the third attempt, right, it fails again. I try it on the fourth attempt. Oh, I get flushed on. So the longer it stays below that, like this to me, I would try it a second time. The third time, I'm not interested in this anymore because this to me, the condition has changed. It's probably going to come lower. It comes down to that lower band value area low, bounces off there. Short on MGC, which turned out to be an L. Okay. I don't see the short here. Clutch. We're shorting this pretty late. What's the reasoning for the short here? Another short, kind of late, took an L. Okay, so now we're forcing the bias. We're forcing the trades. Our stops also, if our stops here, like our stop should be at this structure point, and we should just be shooting for these lows. We're also right at 4,200. So think about these psych levels on GC. They happen at every 100 points. Every 100 points, it's a big psych level. It's not a big psych level, but it's a psych level. So we're holding up at this 4,200 level. We're not flushing below 4,200. There's no sellers below this level. So trying to short this here, it's not ideal. Took this long because top lower band respective it got heavily got in on retest of POC, 5-point stop, 2-point target got stopped for 10 points, which I'm good with. Okay, 5-point stop, 20-point take profit. Okay, cool. Yeah, same trade as me. I like that you got in on the retest. Getting in on this candle's fine because it's pretty tight risk. Clean. Yeah. Good trade, Jacob. Solid. Al should have entered earlier and stuck to my bias, learning that I don't need to trade each session and lock it up after 2 wins. Okay. Yeah. So we probably overtraded a little bit. Yeah, this is the late entry. Same trade as Jacob. Same trade I took this morning. It's just the entry's late. And now that we've tried to short it too many times, we've just whittled our profit down. And now when we get the right bias, it's like, okay, we don't have as much profit to play with, and we're getting in late. Pretty simple trade idea. Yeah, dude, he's a fucking killer, bro. I saw this. Came back in. He's been off for 2 weeks, bro. Comes back and hits this right off the fucking bat. 0.5 fib, New York view up. Thought 15-minute wick in the EMA. Start rating the momentum upside again, but got stopped and press reacted to PSC in 618. Saw file barriers. Entered. Didn't want to try the second time. Okay. I think this is fine. This is on that retest. You didn't get stopped for too much. I think this is a fine attempt. We didn't get stopped for too much. It looked like it wanted to keep going up, but it didn't, and then it came down to 618. 0.5 low volume node. Entered too fast. Or revenge trade getting cooked recently. Yeah, this I wouldn't have tried this based off the momentum. Like this, if I'm looking at NASDAQ here, Adrian, it's too much momentum here. It's too much momentum, and ES was also breaking down. ES had already broken its IB low by the time you took that, I believe. And it's not just like a break and snap, it's like it's heavily breaking. Yeah, don't be why are you trading 3 sessions, Clutch? Why are you trading 3 sessions? Are you trading London too? Are you trying to trade London as well? Stop that. Stick with a little bit of Asia, a little bit of GC, or a little bit of New York. First screenshot past eval on this trade using heavy size, so TB would have been a bit further, but nothing crazy of trade. Did not run like crazy. Had one break even trade before that. The second, third, fresh XFA. I wanted to see that low day get taken and go towards 4-hour FEG. 1-hour rejection block to quick scalp to the lows with the candle bomb. We'll have adjusted TP towards true day, but it happened too quickly. Price is currently ripping down past that. Up 653. Okay, clean. This just looks like a momentum play to me. I'm cool with this. Pretty tight stop. My head is fucking killing me. Yeah, I would have just targeted true day on this. It's just such a heavy draw, especially like when London doesn't sweep it. Clean though. Short to target true day. Rejection from fib levels. Rejected New York VWAP, and buyers kept failing. Dude, excellent. Good trade, good management. Great management. Clean. Took one trade in London, 2 New York, small profits today, lack of volume. 2 got stopped by trailing last trade. It was due to me thinking the 1 hour opened and shot up. Thought it would reject, so I closed it. Should have kept my stop loss profit. See spreadsheet for entries reasoning. My trail trading 6 p.m. Eastern is 11 p.m. UK open. Okay. Yeah, so this was same trade Ziki took, I think. This is after the dump. What time is this at? Or is this New York? I can't tell. I think this is in London. This is after the dump. I'm cool with this. I think the target's far. Okay, this was during my stream. I think the target's appropriate. We just got trailed out. And then this one. Okay, you close this due to new hour open. Yeah, I don't pay attention to that. Like the times, really. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I mean, small wins, but they add up. 12 p.m., too close to New York open. Lack of volume, should wait for New York. Good entry, but lack of volume in the market today. Trailed my stop loss. And 4:30 came in liquidated when trailing. Shouldn't have closed this trade. New hour won't open up, price shot up. I thought it would reject, however, it continued to push. Would have hit my TP if I left it alone. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I still need to check my DM. Let me speed through this. How many more do I have to do? Okay, not too many. I'm speeding through. Sorry. If it's not, it's good feedback. Nice scalp. Okay, clean. Retrace 25% IB. Expecting overnight VWAP. POC, also buyers were not moving up. One true day as target. London didn't tap it. Entered for short and then got stopped out. I think this is a good trade. Yeah, I think your framing on this is appropriate. When you see this wick out like this, and then it starts to head lower again, I would re-enter on that because you start to stair step lower. You can re-enter on that. It's lower risk. Yeah, I gotta do Uranus's too. In Q on CFD, 10 lots. Plan was to target volume per point of control. There was not much volume at the top. The map showed aggressive sellers. Smoothing stop loss with it. Yeah, I ended up paying my stop loss at 24,830. Target was 24,800. Okay, so you missed 30 points. Move actually extended to 24,510. Yeah, I think this is. So we shorted here initially, I think. Got stopped on that. Shorted up here again. I like how you waited. You didn't just jump back in on the short when it came back up to this level. Showed up here. I think you got trailed out. Yeah. On New York, is it not streaming? It should be streaming. It's been streaming for 30 minutes. They go up on the live. On the trailing side for NASDAQ, I like to use the 15 with an 8 EMA. Another 5-point demo scalp. Price shooting to short-term intraday resistance out of value. Not that much behind it. Okay, on the 1 minute. If we're adding like this, I would just add 5 at this. Like, why are we doing 1 at a time? Just spamming the button. Yeah, thanks for clearing it up, Uranus. I think this is fine, Ziki, for a scalp. This is good. Taking advantage of the momentum. I think you're doing well with the scalps, bro. Notice London didn't take true day, so I attempted short market 3 times. Last trade was FOMO entry. Market stopped me out almost instantly. Trade 1, risk 125. Okay, I think that's fine. Trade was stopped at break even. Okay, that's okay. Trade 2, risk $90. Entered another short position when market began consolidating. Didn't want to take excessive risk, so I used MNQ contract. Trailed position on 5-minute candle. Eventually got stopped out near VWAP. Okay. Yeah. I think this is fine to get stopped out on. You got a good bit of the move, and then this FOMO entry. Stopped out immediately. Okay. Yeah, because on trading views, it rejected that VWAP. Came up, rejected that VWAP. You can enter here or you can enter here. Depends where you're placing your stop. Or you can enter after this candle comes out. When you see that wick like that, and then it just starts to head lower after it's been consolidating, starts to grind lower, you can get in on one of these candles as it's going lower and just set your stop above the previous high. Yeah, order book spanning, Ziki. And funded, took 2 trades, 1 break even, other ended up profit 450, ensuring 1 more day of trading since we got out of 1 short. After making 0 payout in the afternoon, I took the sales in an alpha test. Looking sells for, okay, you took sells in an eval. Looking for a 1 to 6. All trades taken with order flow. Okay. Clean little 444. I like 444. And easy 6 grand on that. I don't know how much size you used on that. Probably like 3 minis. Maybe even less. Probably 2, bro. Okay, 3. Solid. I only got 150 points. Trailing too tight. Bro. This is a good trade. Let's see. This is also a good trade. Great trade. I'm fine with you getting stopped on this, bro. You got 150 points. It's a fucking 6 to 1, bro. Gold longs at Asia open after low of day, held as price holding previous day, value area high. Yes, lower VWAP band was supporting, but true confirmation is VWAP plus 5-minute closure, hence waited for that. As always, 2R at high scale to 8%. Could have been 5R, especially as 4200, big round number up there. But I'm asleep in London, was just taking base hits, which are 2R. Okay. Seeing growth, good shit. Good shit, bro. And then ZZ. Bro, what? Did we hold this all fucking night? Bro, this should have been closed. Like, this is a good trade, but this should have been closed, bro. There's no momentum. There's no momentum. I'm not fucking saying it, bro. You're up 64 points. You're not up your fucking full TP. Okay? I'm not saying it, bro. You choose the day where I have a fucking headache to do this, bro. And I gotta review Uranus's too. I think Uranus has some clean callouts. Where does it start? Going to be out tonight, but keep bullish outlook for NQ. Okay. So you called that out at 6:30. Good call out. You know, we were pretty bullish. This looks like it's holding up. I'm assuming this is the fib you took, Uranus. We defended this gap, tapped the 0.5 on this retrace, never went back down there, starting to grind up. Clutch, I'll read that in a second. Let me go through Uranus's for a combine. So 2 minis. This stops a little wide. I guess it's an eval. You brought it up, so this looks better. Stop at breakout candle. Good management on that. Edged you. Came back down to the stop. Almost stopped you out. Stopped you out. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm guessing another combine. So you got in at 24,800. On this VWAP retest. Okay, I like that. It's also the we had already broken the 3-hour IB on New York or on Asia. Right at that 0.5 fib. I like that trade. I like this trade idea. I'm cool with it. The entry might be a little early. Just looking for some structure to form. There's your structure here. Didn't tighten the stop till structure formed. I'm cool with that. And you did tighten it up. You did tighten it up to the 0.5 where that wick was at. I like both these tightens. After that structure forms, TP hit, 3 count secured. Runner on the XFA, fuck the soybean oil gap. Is this XFA stats? Those look clean. That was your previous TP, so it can exit or scale. Gonna see how much we can squeeze. 70 points. Good runner, bro. About to sleep, but this is my trail. Up 100 points. Dude, fucking banger trade. Your trailing got tagged. You would have been up fucking 200 points. It's okay. Happens. Cut this retrace for short and get a chance to alert. Okay. This one, we hadn't broken IB yet, so I'm fine with that. Retraced up to 618. It's a lower time frame. It's okay by me. For this is cool for a quick scalp. I think the target's a bit far. You're shooting for this low. I think the target's a bit far on that short. Everything else looks good though. Let me check the rest of it. Because if you're shooting for, you're shooting for the liquidity sweep, bro. Come on now. I would just shoot for 4,200. I'd just be shooting for 4,200. Which, that's right where we bounced out. So, I'd tighten this up a bit. I'd just look for the easier trade. Got out for 8 points. That's fine. Should have scaled one at the low. Cool. He took this long on NQ. I don't like this long. I understand why you took it, but I personally do not like it, especially when there's all this momentum to the downside. And there's all this momentum to the downside, right? I get we bounced out of the lower band. It was a clean little scalp. It's a clean scalp. Personally, I'd prefer to trade to the short side. That's how I got my fucking 50% on Top Step today, because I had to go back to a fucking combine. I shorted this on NQ. I know I shouldn't touch NQ, but it was just like True Day was calling my name, so I just shorted. I think when you've got True Day below you, you didn't sweep it in London. The trend has shifted from bullish to bearish. You're consolidating. I think it's fine for a scalp. Yeah, especially if London doesn't sweep it. I think this is fine for a scalp. Your management's solid on it. I think the stop initially, it's a little wide. It's 2-1, so, but you tightened it up pretty quick, given the conditions and everything. You got 35 points on first scale. Okay. I think that's fine. And this also pushes up into not necessarily a low volume node, but it pushes up into a lower volume area and rejects from it. I think it's appropriate here in this for a scalp. Just put a scalp next time maybe. But good trades, bro. Excellent trades. We're gonna go lay down. Yeah, we can. Hold on, I gotta answer clutch. Trading at 7 to 8 p.m. for gold and 8 in the morning for gold, and 10:15 for NQ. Pick two. Buys for Asia. This is just gonna sweep this New York high. Like, there's not really an advantage in taking this. It's above the upper band now. I'd look for this to sustain up here, pop pop this New York high, and then head for like 20 or 42.50s. That would be my next level of interest. Would be 42.50s. We do have some orders up there. It's not a ton. Next level is 42.90. We could get to 4,300 tonight potentially. Yeah, I mean, like on a day like today, there's not really an advantage in here. There's not much of an advantage unless you get a retrace on this. If you get a retrace, then there is, but there's not too much of a point advantage. This to me looks like it's just gonna rip though. So just shooting for this New York high, not much of an advantage. If we're targeting like 42.50s, then yeah, there's an advantage there. All right, I'm gonna go eat and then lay down. But yeah, you can always use one micro and add into it if it looks good, if you get the momentum. All right, I will see you guys later.